You think dog fighting is cool? Well, it's not. Um, 2.5 years ago, after I told my wife I didn't want any puppies, didn't want a dog because I was busy with honeybees and I have to go through these colonies today. There's 23 colonies I got to go through to make sure they have a virgin queen. Virgin queens are due to come out today, and if I can find some extra virgin queens, I can put them in colonies that didn't get a virgin queen. So I got to do that today. So my wife brought home a Siberian Husky puppy. And of course I fell in love with her. And when I was a kid, we had some dogs, not Huskies. And I hooked them all together and went up and down the road with them. So, like little rascals. So I did that when I was a kid. And here I am, middle-aged. And I want something to do during the winter. So I thought, okay, my wife brought home a Siberian Husky, a female. So I went ahead and I got him a few months later because I was going to have puppies. And I thought I'd get a team together. Well, anyway, the female developed idiopathic epilepsy. And we spent a lot of money, over $2,000, taking her to vets. And I couldn't find a vet that actually cared about my animal. All they care about is money, and they didn't help her. She continued to get worse. So I had to kill her. But before I did that, I went back to the people that sold us the husky, the female husky. And I told him what had happened, and I got him when he was a puppy for free as a replacement. So I ended up with 2 boys and his sister. So I ended up having to kill his sister, and it was the hardest thing I ever done in my whole life. So I didn't know, was I going to continue to try to get a team together? So I had 2 males. He's 6 months older than that one. So 2.5 weeks after I killed his sister, I decided, well, I want to get another female. So I went up north and got her from Buchanan Siberian Huskies up by Grayling, Mayo, Michigan. And she's a real sweet girl. And he was with me when I went up there. It was an 1.5-hour ride both ways. So they fell in love. Okay, so they fell in love. And then as a few months went by, I felt bad that he didn't have anybody. So a year later, I went up north and I got her. So these boys are supposed to each have their own girl. But what happens is, the 2 girls are together. They don't fight, they play fight. But he thinks that both girls are his. And then when I get him inside and I have him out with these girls, he thinks both girls are his. So this is the issue too. Because I'm a beekeeper, I like these lever doors. If I'm carrying a hive or some boxes of stuff or anything, I can just push down on that lever and open the door. But guess what? He's very smart. He knows how to open these doors, and he can open this too. Give him 15, 20 seconds, and he will pry that open, and he will come through. So when he was 2 years old, and these girls one of these girls was in heat, these boys started fighting. And then after one of these girls stopped being in heat, they still fight. So when he reached 2, no longer could I have these boys together. Now keep in mind, I raised them as puppies in the house. I don't like collars. See, he's got a harness on, and I don't chain up my dogs outside. I think that's cruel. I bring them in at night. They don't bark. I've trained them not to bark at night, and they're not out running around at night. I don't want them to be the mosquitoes, heartworm disease. I keep them inside at night. So they were all in the house with me and my wife, but then when they started fighting, I had to separate. So this is one room here. And then my dogs have like the best dog house in the world. This is a room I built in the garage. It's got a doggy door on it. So when they're outside, right now it's open so it cools off. The concrete will cool off. And I'll close this door. It'll be cool in there. And then I got one of these here, and they haven't quite figured out how to use it yet. Just in case if they were to run out of water or tip their water over, They haven't figured out how to use that yet. So my dogs have got it really, really good. And a few weeks ago, this guy here was underneath here, and the wood, he get a splinter and tore off some of his hair, and he got scalped here on the side. So that's when my trouble started. I had to keep watching him, and then my dogs got yeast in their ears. They call it ringworm, and I didn't realize that was happening. So she started chewing on her paws. So I kind of had to watch her, put socks on her, constantly watch her. They have cones you can put on your dog's head, but how are they supposed to drink water? Okay, now this is the point I'm getting to. I've made mistakes. I've forgotten to lock doors. See, this door's locked now, but if I were to forget, that one, the white dog, he would get out, and they would get it. So 5 months ago, they got together, and I had to pry him off of his neck, and I got bit really bad. You can't tell now, but I got bit really bad, almost lost my thumb, because my thumb was in his mouth, and when I pulled him off the other dog, he still had my hand in his mouth, and he was clamping down, jerking his head back and forth. A Siberian Husky has a stronger bite than a pit bull. Okay, everybody thinks pit bulls are such badasses, but let me tell you, this guy right here, I give him bones. He crushes bones. He's a bone crusher. He's got a very strong jaw. Look at the size of his teeth. Give him bones, chicken bones, pork bones, beef bones, you name it. He'll crush bones. He'll chew them right up and swallow them. And he's very strong. These are sled dogs, and you would think, okay, well, have them neutered. No, I'm mushing. This is the point. I wanted to get into mushing. I wanted to have something to do during the winter, so I don't want them to have a lack of testosterone. I want them to have the energy to pull a sled. So, and the other thing is, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube before I got involved with this, and nobody ever said anything about their boys fighting with each other. If I put them all together on a gang line, and if they get together on a gang line, you get the ropes all tangled up, and so I'm running him with a muzzle on, and let me show you. What I'm getting to right now. A week and a half ago, I screwed up, and they got together, and this time I didn't get bitten. That guy there, he clamped down on this guy's leg. See, on both sides. You can see it there. This is the worst right here. So I don't use a cone because he needs to drink water. I keep a muzzle on him at night while I'm sleeping, but he has figured out how to take off stuff even with this muzzle on. And see, he can lick. Dogs, they want to lick their wound, and for a wound to heal, you got to keep it dry. And the first few days I put iodine on it, and I would put this gauze and tape it real good, keep it clean. But then I switched to Bactransin zinc. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I use this, and I was using it, putting it on twice a day, cleaning his wound and change his bandage. But now I'm only using this at night. Now it's been a week and a half. Use this at night, and I will wrap him up again, keep it dry. You want the air to get to it to dry it out so it scabs up. It's not, like I said, you don't want them to lick it. So if you think dog fighting is cool, let me tell you, I'm having to watch this guy here 24/7, and it's very stressful. I can't do anything else other than watch him. When I do the bees this afternoon, he's going to have to go outside no matter how hot it is, and I'm going to have to keep an eye on him while I'm messing with my bees. So, I can't give him away to anybody. I love him, and he doesn't like people. If I gave him to somebody, he's bipolar. He's turned on me several times, especially when I'm trying to take care of him. And then he'll lay on the sofa, and I try to move him over so I can sit down, and he'll growl at me. So he won't get along with anybody. If I give him to somebody, that's a death sentence for him. And because I killed his sister, I really don't want to have to see him killed. Other than that, he's a good boy. He's very loving. These dogs are the best companions you can ever have. He's very loyal. he has these issues being bipolar, but other than that, these dogs are very loyal. The best friends you're ever going to have in your life. Okay, so that's all I got to say. Dog fighting is not cool. If you think it's cool, and Caesar, you on YouTube, you think your Doberman is tough? Let me tell you, these guys here, your Doberman has a thick coat. These guys here, they have a lot of hair around their neck. All right? And they have a strong bite. They could kick your dog's ass easily because your dog's going to clamp onto them, and they're going to clamp onto your dog, and your dog has a very thin coat. What scares me the most was when they get together. Of course, I'm not going to video it. When they get together, I jump in right away, and I try to separate them. While I'm holding one dog, the other dog is lunging for him, and I'm worried about one dog getting the other dog's belly and opening up the belly. Then I got to take them to a vet. But other than that, I won't ever take my dogs to a vet ever again. They don't care about your animal. Not a single one that I could find cared about my animals. Okay? Thank you.